Windows NT. As you can see, it will sound familiar to you, right?
Indeed, it is very similar to that of Windows 95.
Indeed, it is very similar to that of Windows 95. All the interfaces have been integrated to get more integration into the products, okay? With the icon of my PC, where I have all the devices, the drives, etc., the network environment to work on the network, the inbox, my email assistant, the Internet Explorer, the recycle bin, like you see a fully configurable desktop, fully customizable to the taste of each user.
Perfect.
We have the taskbar that we had already seen in Windows 95 and our Start button, the Start button that takes us to all the options we have to configure or use our Windows NT system, be it workstation or SNT server.
Very good, great.
As you can see, all the options, all the devices.
Very well. What is new in this new interface of Windows 95, Santiago?
Well, it incorporates as news, above all, the use of the right button. According to what to say that by placing ourselves on any of the icons or on the taskbar by pressing the right button, we have access to contextual menus that allow us to perform shortcuts to certain tasks.
Muy bien, ¿de acuerdo?
Another of the great advantages of this interface is the possibility of generating shortcuts on the desktop.
Muy bien.
As simple as placing a shortcut on the desktop that takes me to applications that I use very often.
Great.
You have to think of the desk as a work table, where I have what I use most often close at hand.
Very good.
Okay?
Great.
If you want, we generate a shortcut to see it.
Perfect.
As you can see, new. It is in sense like pressing the right button.
Very good.
Direct access. Okay?
And what we are going to do is create a shortcut to access some of the applications that we have installed under our Windows.
Indeed, as it is difficult to remember the command. What we will do is press the browse button and move through the directories, so that's good. Well, we are going to use, for example, the Note blog. Perfect. Okay. Great. How well does the post shortcut set me? Next we give you a name. Sorry, very well. Notes, very well, and we're done.
And it has automatically generated our icon that we are going to place in our.
Indeed, that we place on our desktop, and that with a double click it immediately takes us directly to the blog of notes. As you can see, very simple.
Perfect.
Well, this in terms of what is the use of the system to manage it for applications, for shortcuts, to move around the system in terms of what our work is. But another of the great advantages is the management capacity. In other words, we know that NT and NT Server are operating systems capable of managing users, of managing complete networks. And that management is even easier now thanks to another tool called the Windows NT Administration Wizards.
Perfect. It is a new option that allows us to manage in a very simple way everything related to users, servers, resources, machines.
It is very easy to maintain a network on a day-to-day maintenance basis thanks to this series of wizards that, I insist, was already easy before, but now it is even easier. Now it is much easier. Let's see if it seems to you so that you can really see the ease that these administrative assistants incorporate. Press the Start button, go to Programs, and go to Administrative Tools. In the Administrative Tools we are going to take the Administration Assistants.
Muy bien. ¿De acuerdo? Estupendo.
My screen appears with the different assistants that we have.
Very good. Great.
Add or remove programs, install new modem, network client manager, license compliance issues, add printer, to add printers to the network, permissions manager, access to secure access, group account and user account management user. We are going to generate a user account through the wizard so you can see how simple it is.
Very good.
Simple as walking in here, okay?
Perfect.
The Add User Account wizard appears.
We'll see.
We are going to use this assistant. It says the name of the domain in which we are going to generate the account, in our domain called domain.
Perfect.
Muy bien.
Very good.
Well, the next one.
Very good. And some information appears. What is the full name of the user? This is where I write the full name, okay? Let's write the user.
Francisco Munoz.
For example.
Very good.
Okay.
Great.
Type a unique name to identify the user. This username will be used to register and use resources. This is the name with which the user will access the system.
So what we are going to do is write a name that is somewhat shorter.
Let's take for example, Fran.
Estupendo.
Great. And we can write a description for the user. For example, we can write in which extension the user is located, if we had to call him for some.
Very good. To make it easier to locate it, identify it.
Indeed. Let's go next. It asks us if we want to write a password and what characteristics that password will have in terms of whether the user will be able to change it or the password will expire. We are going to tell it that the user can change it whenever they want. In fact, we leave it blank and let him put the one he wants, and we are also going to tell him that the password does not expire.
Very good, great.
We go like this, we continue, and it is asking us which groups the user is going to belong to, okay? We already know how the issue of groups is going, so we are going to set up the programming group that we had generated here, for example, because it is a great programmer user. Agreement, we are going to group together to have the facilities if we want to give any of these options, such as a profile, such as giving permission for telephone access if you are going to call us via telephone access from another point, and we follow some type of restrictions that we can have without restrictions, or the times that the user can log in without making a mistake or the account is deactivated. In short, as you can see, all the possibilities we have when configuring the properties of a user. It's as simple as this. The next one and it's over.
Muy bien.
We only have to press the finish button and the user has already been generated to your account in a very simple way. As it says here, the new account has been created. Stop restarting the wizard. If we had more users, we would say yes.
Perfect.
De acuerdo.
Alright, I agree. Here we have seen the truth. How easy it is, for example, to register a user. Simply follow the instructions that appear to us through the dialog boxes and there is no major secret.
As you can see, there were no standard questions. There was nothing that didn't perfectly understand what we were talking about, and the system worked perfectly.
Very good.
Creating the account.
Great.
Muy bien.
Very good. If it seems to you, I would like to give you other premises when it comes to the ease that Windows NT incorporates. I would like to show you another tool such as the Task Monitor.
Great.
Which is a very good tool that has now been incorporated into Windows NT to facilitate task management, especially when we have several applications running. We can see what processes, what system performance. The best thing we can do is see it, if you seems.
Great. Let's go see it. As you were saying, the Task Monitor is a new option in Windows NT 4.0 as well.
Yes, indeed. This is new in Windows NT 4.0.
Estupendo.
The Task Manager is accessed by placing the cursor on the taskbar and pressing the right button. A context menu appears in which we select Task Manager.
Task Manager, great.
¿De acuerdo?
Very good.
As you can see, a Task Manager appears where the applications that are being used appear.
¿De acuerdo?
Very good, great.
The task and the state it's in, what processes are in use. I mean, since it's a lot of processes, it looks like the system is not doing anything, and yet look at the number of processes that are running, okay?
Yes, sir. Very good.
And a graph of the performance of our system, the memory usage that we have at the moment and the CPU usage that we have. As you can see, the system is working very well.
Perfect.
Let's open up some apps to see how this works. We're going to minimize the Task Manager and we're going to open, for example, through the accessories, the note block. We had our shortcut here. We're going to open another one, okay? Another block of notes. We are going to go back to Programs, Accessories, and we are going to open, for example, the clock, okay? And once we have 3 applications, as you can see, they're all on the taskbar, but let's see how they work in the Task Manager. Okay. For that we open the Task Manager, and as we can see, we go to the Applications tab and all the tasks are here. It is a very simple way to monitor the tasks and even stop them at any given time from here in a very simple way.
Perfecto.
All I have to do is press End Task, OK, and the task, as you can see, is closed.
Perfect.
We do it again and the task is closed again.
Great. Very good.
As you can see, very easy to use and configure.
Very well. I see that it is a totally essential tool for network administrators, as well as being astonishingly easy and simple.
Yes, it is very easy to manage all the tasks that are being executed, and if we want to do one or if we want to start another with a very graphic wizard.
Very well, Santiago. I think we have seen it more or less quickly, but seeing the main features that Windows NT has in terms of ease of use and management for both users and network administrators.
Very simple. You have already seen it.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thanks to you.